Bryce, you got a chance to visit the one-time G League champion Lakeland Magic the other night. I
Last
know,
night.
I know, I know you were excited to see Mr. Jonathan Isaac on the court.
Hmm.
Tell me how you look for our fans in Orlando.
Well, I had to miss the Wednesday night, the first appearance he had at the Lakeland Magic. I had some like prior engagements, but I wanted to go. It's so close to my literally it's almost in my backyard. Takes 5-6 minutes to get down there. So went and checked him out last night, and I was reading, some of the Magic Twitter podcast guys. I was like reading some stuff about them in preparation to Wednesday's night game too. And just like the expectation and the excitement for this guy is pretty cool to see, honestly. Like I had kind of not written him off, but in terms of like how I see our team right now, I just wasn't considering him a factor until he could make it on the court and put in some minutes. And that's not a knock on him. It's just like, do we have an asset or do we not? And I never had any issues with what he was doing during the rehab or how he focused his time. I knew if he wasn't on the court or if the Magic didn't have him doing something, then it's none of my business really. So I have no issues or qualms with Isaac or whatever it is off the court. But I will say, since he's been getting closer to actually getting back on the court, he's been rehabbing, he's been doing 5-on-5. When I found out he was going to be actually playing some minutes for the Lakeland Magic, I got excited for the first time in like 3 years or however long it's been since he got out, because he was never like going to be, in my eyes, some primetime scorer. But at the time, the Magic were in a weird situation. They hadn't done the Vooch trade at first, that none of that had happened yet. And I was excited about him then, just as an NBA prospect, playing defense, being a good team guy. And to have that back, or to see that guy almost getting back, I'm excited. And so what I saw, like, I didn't have much expectations for him in terms of points, rebounds, minutes. I didn't know what they were going to set a limit for on him in terms of minutes. We saw it was basically 15 minutes Wednesday night. He had like 15 points, 7 or 8 rebounds or something like that on, I think, about 50% shooting. And then last night he had, I believe, off the top of my head, like 14 points, 9 rebounds on more or less efficient shooting. And as I saw him take some shots and stuff, I could tell that the want was there and like his form was there, but maybe just the rustiness of being in game activity might, have thrown him off. Either way, I never saw him much of like a shooter or an offensive presence, but he was getting to his spots. He was getting the ball. He was doing nice turnaround fadeaway pumps. Like everything looked good. So in the time that he's been hurt, if he's been working on a shot or working on some other stuff, that would just be a bonus. But the most promising thing was just him getting in the paint, playing active defense, but putting bodies on people, bumping up on people, jumping, forcing people out. Boxing people out, jumping, grabbing rebounds, or putting up an offensive rebound, dunking. The physicality, especially on the G League court, where there's like maybe 2 other guys that was close to his size, because he was just about the biggest dude on the court, I'd say. He wasn't shying away from any contact. He looked better than I was expecting, and so I'm excited for him to get back with the Orlando team. The Magic have a problem sometimes with intensity or effort on rebounding and defense. Now, when they're on point, they're fine. But Isaac's the kind of guy that can bring in and brings a big presence in just being on the court with those aspects. And also his mentality, he has a leader mentality. So even if he's coming in with a bench unit or whatever, his minutes, I feel like, are gonna be valuable. Now, like I said, even to get back to the NBA, that pace and that endurance is going to be a little different. But so far, it seems like his timing, his instincts, all those things are still there. And if he's not afraid to bang with people like he wasn't before, I think he's going to come in. And like I said, I think he's going to add valuable minutes. How many minutes this season and what he does, I don't know. We'll see, because I don't know if we have to figure that out this season other than just get him healthy and on the court. I don't think he has to be a big piece this season. But it's very exciting, and it was fun to be there last night to witness it. And I took a picture. He got over on the bike because he didn't start the game. He came in. I don't even know if it was the first quarter yet. Might have been. I think so. But he got warmed up on the bike. I took a picture. I was like, look, Isaac's warming up. I was excited. It was the first time I was legit excited in like a long time for Isaac.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was fun to see.
I'm happy that, a lot of the fan base are excited to see him finally getting back on the court. And like I said, I predict he may be back with the team after the All-Star break.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that think could be wrong. They think he could make his appearance next Friday against the Knicks. It's like going to be one of our first home games back, I think. And based on how they did, I think it was another player earlier in the season or something. I can't remember. But there was some reasoning behind. There was some speculation that it could be next week. Whether that seems rushing or not, at this point, I don't think anything seems like a rush. But right. I'll definitely be watching that game, whatever game he comes back on. I won't miss it.
Got it. Absolutely fantastic analysis on Jonathan Isaac.